I wanted to give you guys something for this week, and I'm talking about one of my indicators that I made for myself and my family. It helped us like training wheels to figure out pullbacks and reversals in the market. And remember, we're not financial advisors. We're just showing you what we've learned, and take it with a grain of salt. Do your own due diligence. Make sure you chart every day, and take your time. Remember, this is not a sprint. This is a marathon. It takes a long time to learn this stuff. So invest in yourself. Invest in your knowledge. All right, enjoy the video. Okay, so I said I had something for this week. So this is the thing for this week. Uh, what I'm going to be talking about today is my indicator that I use. All right, so on the bottom of my screen, you'll see that I do use an indicator. I use two of them. One is specifically for when I'm on my phone, and another is when I'm on a computer, or if I'm on the phone and the computer. So what I'm talking about today is this. This is my indicator called the Fearadox2. I do have the regular Fearadox, and I'll go over that in another video. But this indicator I made specifically for me because this is how I trade. And let me just put it this way. It's pretty simple. It pretty much puts everything together that I want to use on TradingView in one area. So what will happen is you can pretty much see this is a Bollinger Band setup. Also, you'll notice that it has a color in the background. So the color in the background is to tell me that I am above or below the 50-day moving average. So it tells me if I'm in a buy zone or a sell zone. Another thing you'll realize or you'll see is that here you have a nice little dot. And actually, I want to change that. I need to make sure that those are, for you guys, nice and clear. There we go. So now they're pretty clear to see. Those dots are to tell me extremes. So I have this set up so I can see the extremes in the market. So if you know anything about Bollinger Bands, you can generally just say they're like bumpers, I guess. Price action will go to the edge of a Bollinger Band and then usually reject from that area. Also, for this indicator, it takes that into account. It also takes in the extremes of buying and selling in the market based on strength. So it is a RSI, it is a stochastic, it is a regime, and it also is Bollinger Bands. It's also an EMA and an SMA, all in one indicator. So this is how I will generally look at certain buy and sell zones. And what this tells me when I get that little indicator there or alert is that I'm looking for the market to start a retracement up or a reversal. Now, depending on how far up it goes, it'll be like, okay, this is a retracement or this is a complete reversal. But the main thing I used this for in the beginning was for training wheels. When I first designed it, it has helped me get a lot of information quickly because, with training wheels, just like a bike, you can ride it for a while with the training wheels, but then you'll start to get it without it. And then you just start, I can do this on my own. I will refer back to this in certain cases, especially when I'm looking for divergence. So divergence is something that's really, really, really good when you're using RSI, even stochastic. You will get these when you may see this. So essentially what's going on here is divergence. I'm just going to explain it simply. Divergence is when you look at price action, which is how the candlesticks move. Right now they're going down. But if you look here in this indicator, right there, that was our lowest point for the strength of the market. At this point here, you'll notice that in the indicator, we're starting to move up, but in the price action, we're going down. This is called divergence, and you will see it clearly marked now on both of these, like so. And yes, this is the free version of TradingView. I only use the free version, and you are allowed now 2. It used to be 3 indicators, but you're only allowed 2 at this point. So what I do is, if I see something that I like or I want to add something into my indicators, I will code it in. And then at that point, I'm just waiting for things to happen. Like this. This is an extreme. So what will happen is I can either get an alert on my watch or my phone or my email, and it'll say, hey, you need to go look at this area right now. Now, depends on the time frame. It could be a 5 minute, an hour, a day, a weekly. It doesn't matter. It's only going to tell me to look at this when I want it to. So here was a high. So I'm above the 50-day moving average. I can tell because the background is green. I am at an extreme, so I'm at least 80 on the RSI or the EMA or the SMA or stochastic. So that's a high. I'm looking for the market to pull back at a minimum or do a reversal. So how do I tell it's a reversal? So in one of my videos, I told you guys I had a bad problem with picking reversals. This indicator has helped me realize, first and foremost, look at the trend first, then see if the trend is strong. If the trend is very strong, it's most likely going to be a pullback. If it's a weak trend, it may be a reversal. So I know from right here, looking at this price action, I would first do a trend line, which would go from here to here. Now, if I'm saying it's a reversal, then this would have to do just what it did. It would have to break this trend line, which it did right here at this moment. Once it broke the trend line, came back, and then it retested. So if you look, the retest area is this peak right here. That peak is in the middle of this particular indicator, which is 50. If it's in that zone, I'm looking for it to reject. It did reject. It continued on its downward trend. This was a pullback in a new trend. So let's look at that specifically. This was my high. This was the new trend starting. I then got a pullback. So referring to the indicator and the price action, this is where I could have gotten in if I missed the initial trend to do a trend continuance. So let's see how far down it went. It didn't go much further. So what I'm using to demonstrate this is Forex. You can use anything. This indicator works on everything. Doesn't matter. And see how far down it went. Just to there. That was 13 pips in a 5-minute chart. So that would have been an easy 13 pips. And I would have known that because if I look here at the very bottom, guess what? I knocked at my Bollinger Bands right here. I wasn't at 20, but I was down in the 20 area or 20 area for a reversal up, or just to say this is the bottom. If you notice, price action did not continue down. It just pretty much hovered around this area. So price action hit its lowest strength right here, right? Well, it kind of went a little bit deeper when it closed here, but that was it. After that, you start seeing divergence again because we see the strength of the market starting to go up. Now, the next thing is I got another sell. So once again, we are in a downtrend. Anything I see after this, I'm just saying, okay, it's probably going to be a pullback. But if you notice, when I got this information here,